I wanted to deal with when should you or when do I take profits? That's a very it's a very interesting question because it's like, do you have to ask when should you exit a trade, or do you have to ask when do you exit a loss or a profit? If it's a profit, then it means it's worth taking, essentially, because nobody ever made a loss taking out profit because evidently the whole trading is to make money. So if you are in a good trade and you probably in a good profit, when I say good profit, it depends, but you do have to realize that the market is not going to stay the way you saw it or the way you entered it. So it all boils down to planning. If you do plan your trades, there are certain questions that you wouldn't ask yourself. That if I'm entering a given trade, let's say, and I'm in a profit of $200, which is a decent amount of money, I can exit it and close the trade and come back later in the day and try another trade. Like thinking that you are going to probably make more means you didn't plan. So you do have to have a plan, let's say a range of profit that you want to take with this trade. And once you hit that range, you take your profit out. You don't care regardless. Don't get greedy. And I don't want to talk about greed because there's nothing immoral about greed. We want all good stuff for ourselves. We do want much more stuff for ourselves. So human beings by default or by nature we are greedy to some regard, but it comes with a level of wisdom or risk that you add to your greed, because sometimes you can be greedy but with no empirical guidelines, which will leave you getting hurt or losing a lot. So the question is, when do I take profit? I really don't know, but if you do plan your trades, you really don't have to ask certain questions because your motive is to make money. And if you took a $200 profit, which is a decent amount of money, if you made $200 in the space of, let's say, 10 minutes, that's really way good money. So why would you ask yourself, when do you take profit? It's like the same way I can also ask you, when would you take a loss? At what time would you take a loss? See, that separates a good trader from a bad trader. Is the ability to cut down your losses very quickly, because, like I said, it's a game, and whatever you make, take it. Don't try to be that greedy. Wait till the market gets your level the next day or two, then trade again. And it's fun because the moment you start accumulating money, it builds higher, higher, and higher, and you realize that trading is just a fun game. So I don't really know when to take profits. If you do plan your trades, taking profits really doesn't matter anymore because you have a plan to make money, and if you reach that target, um, you don't have to worry about yourself. Just take profit when it matters. So yeah, I do have a course. It's in the pipeline again. It's a very simplified course. So until then, have a nice time. Peace.